Alrighty, here we go. Hey there, everybody. It's a nasty one here again, and welcome back to the next episode of the Overdogs franchise rebuild here in Super Mega Baseball 4. We are closing out year number 4 today. Last episode was the semifinals against the Wideloads, where we got swept. Wideloads dominated us throughout the entire series, basically, as our offense did absolutely nothing in either of the two games. And they took advantage of that and went on to win the championship. So, for the first time in the series, the champion was actually in our conference through 4 seasons, but we failed to get back to the finals to avenge our loss to the Sirloins last year, who would end up going to the finals again for the second straight season, and unfortunately would fall just short of winning their second straight title. Wideloads now have their first under their belt, and we moved into the offseason last episode where we did the free agent re-signing period for our team. Nobody retired, but we did go down the list to try and, cut and, re-sign everybody. And we had some surprising options. Number one, Elroy Action. He turned down the contract offer to hit free agency, even though he wasn't max loyalty. And honestly, I'm all right with that because Elroy is now going to be 26 next season. He's basically in the prime of his career now. And he hasn't really developed outside of being a fast, top-of-the-lineup guy who gets on base. And even with his good traits, he just couldn't do anything for us consistently at all last year. I mean, yeah, he drove in 8 runs. He had a home run. He ran into one there. But, he's never going to hit for power. He's never going to be the middle of the lineup guy. He's always going to be, top end of the lineup, leadoff man, gets on base, steals all the bases. But in the playoffs, when we need him to show up, he kind of falls flat. He's not built for the big stage at all. And this past playoff was a good example of that, as in the 3 games he played, he only went 1 for 12. So he missed 1 game, and the other 3 he did absolutely nothing. So, yeah, we kind of need guys to step up in big moments, and I think now would be a time to move on from Elroy because he's choosing not to come back. He's going to be expensive to bring back. He's going to be worth, $12 million. I would like to use that $12 million to go somewhere else. Then we also got rid of Maggie Rags. She was just a bench option who was here for the playoffs to be depth. I moved on from her. Beckham Crosby, who was a huge disappointment last season in his rookie year, only went 2 for 23 in all of his at-bats, and then went 0 for 5 in the playoffs. So, yeah, he needs some work, and I don't think that work is going to be with us. I kind of need a play-now catcher that we can use in back of Daniel Yoshida, and Alberto King got more usage than Crosby did, and he sucks more. So, yeah. Moving down the list, Kira Nutmeg, she turned down, I believe, an 80% contract offer to leave. She wasn't really anything special. She did have her career high in average this past season at 295. She still has yet to hit a home run here in this playthrough. She had her career high in RBIs as well with 9, but she was our weakest hitter in the regular season, average and on base percentage wise. She got on the least, and then in the playoffs she continued to do basically nothing, only going 3 for 13. So, which is kind of a trend for her when she's in the playoffs. She doesn't do anything. So, kind of need a big time performer over there at the hot corner. And Nutmeg just wasn't it. Moving down the list, though, we got everyone else re-signed for the most part until we got to the pitching rotation, and that was where we ran into some problems. Tarak Smith turned down a 94%, I believe, contract offer to come back and ended up deciding to test free agency as well. He was tired of getting paid only $7 million. He wants that full $7.6 million contract, and he wants to be more than just a number 3 on this rotation. He thinks he's ready to be a number 2. And with his numbers last year, that was kind of the case. I mean, if you could look at it, he went 3-1 at an ERA under 2. Threw a complete game shutout in there. He was second most in innings pitched in our rotation. So, yeah, he was good. He was really good, actually. It was one of his best years. But he thinks he's better than us, so he wants out. And I'm all right with that, honestly. I like Tarak. He's got a good mix of pitches. He's a really well-developed player so far, going from a C+ to a B. But I think maybe we could do a little bit better and maybe beef up this rotation. Or we could also go somewhat younger. I mean, he is only going to be 24, though, so he could be brought back as well. We got a lot of wiggle room with Smith. Moving to the bullpen, Sal Slinger was just a mercenary for the playoffs, so he was cut. He was getting paid more than he was worth. And then we decided to cut Elaine Munstar. Her loyalty was really low, so she wasn't going to accept the contract offer, so we just had to give it to her out of formality, basically. But she decided to walk, and based on her production going down the past couple of years, I think it was a safe bet. It was time to move on. She wasn't that elite level reliever that she was the first year she was here. Second year she was all right, but the third year she just did nothing. And then in the playoffs, like the others guys I've mentioned, she just didn't show up. Like, it was bad. She was our worst performing reliever in the playoffs. So, yeah, it was just more of the same, basically. But everyone else we were able to re-sign without issue. So we still have Rookie of the Year runner-up in Rookie of the Year, Mira McFarland. We still have Carlton Starr, our big shortstop. Ray's Rufo is still here. He also hasn't regressed terribly much. Dano comes back in right field, although I'm open to moving on from him if necessary. Werner Bergenberg is back. He is now one of only 2 original Overdogs left on the roster. Him and Dig Affordo, the legend himself. We also managed to keep Steamboat Wissell, Horace Heimlich, Roundhouse, and Mario Klein. So we managed to hold on to a good portion of this roster. We just now need to reset it with the right pieces to make it into a winner. And off camera, I did go ahead and browse the free agent pool and also saw retirements as well around the league. So we're going to reveal those to you right now. Here are the retirements. Hopper Fenster retires from the Sandcats, their center fielder. Chewy Sweeney, who was a generated player, the shortstop from the Sawteeth, he is gone. Burt Berger, reliever for the Buzzards, is gone. And then I think that's it for retirements. But here are the top free agents. Dear Never Walker from the Heaters, Alicia Woodrow from the Crocs, Charlie Best from the Moose, Pearl Pansky, I don't remember what team she was on, Kendra Kerr from the Wild Pigs, and Vern Turnburner from the Moonstars. They are all testing free agency. So there are big level names out here, and here's some of the guys I have highlighted here. I think for right now we're trying to get back to Tier 2 everything, and then going from there we're going to try and limit the traits that we have. I forget what we have right now, but I'm pretty sure it's like we've lost a bunch of traits, I'm sure. Only 5 months because I rarely watch on Twitch. Can't wait to see new Overdogs this next season. Hey, Scootsy, welcome in, buddy. Nice to see you again. Hope your day's doing well. Thank you for the Prime. Appreciate that. We're up to 115 subs. Let's go. Followers. God damn it. Followers. I'm pretty sure I have a lot less subs than that, but 115 followers is pretty good. Woohoo! All right, so here's what I got started in the free agent pool. Let's start from the catcher position. So veteran Knox Soxon. Obviously, he's the opposite of Beckham Crosby. He's a defensive-minded catcher. He's got good speed. He's got better speed than Crosby, and he's a contact-first bat. He's not a guy who's going to try and go yard every time he's at the plate. He's going to try and get on base and then steal some bases, and he can also play some really good defense and throw out base runners, which is something Crosby can't do. Thanks, Scootsy. Appreciate it. Now, also, I got a rookie catcher here I found interesting. Kyla Holtz. She'd be a good backup option behind Yoshida if we do decide to go down that route. She's already got a solid arm. She's a solid fielder, solid contact bat, and decent power as well. It's slightly below average. Speed, it's catcher. We can really be slow in the catching department. Most catchers aren't necessarily fast. But other than that, this catcher class is very weak outside of those two. And it's really bad when Cuffingham is the best rated catcher in the free agent pool. Oh, God. Scuffing him. Anyway, moving down the list, we didn't look at first base too terribly deep because we do still have McFarland, who's proven that she's capable of being a starter every game. Lewis Rhodes also took a cheap deal to come back, so we are kind of set at first base. But Sakta is still out here at $24 million. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to afford him at $21 million, so we're going to have to move on from him. Always like Knox. He's also really quick and can play left field. He's so solid defensively. He is. Plus, he can sub in for Jones in late games as well, since he does play left field. Also saw Cashton Cologne. He's a rookie. Really well-rounded first baseman prospect, but we have McFarland, so I'm okay with not going after him in this situation because McFarland kind of proved that she's ready for it, so. Then moving down the list, we move to second base. There are a few options I find intriguing here. There is Oak Neal, who would be a backup option. Really fast base runner. We could pinch run with him late in games. He can also play some good defense there at second base if we need him to late in games. He's got a decent arm as well, which is really good for a second baseman. And then we also have Elroy, his start again, and we also found Sloop Whoopity, who is testing from the Buzzards. He is the best option I like here at second base. Candela being 29, it kind of scares me off of him with him being already that old. But he is very well-rounded. I just know he's going to be sort of around the same price point. I'd rather get the cheaper Whoopity and younger Whoopity at that point. And then Huffley Buffler, he's just such a defensive liability at second base. But that bat, man, that bat is really, really freaking good. But Sloop has developed really well. He's got maxed out speed, great fielder now. He's got good arm as well at second base, and he can play third base in a pinch. Contact's good as well. Power's awesome, but I like him the best of the options that are available. Then we move down to third base. Big Hack Liner is an option to re-sign at third base. He's gotten a little bit cheaper, down to $12 million for his budget. And he still hasn't regressed in the hitting department, and he still has Ace Exterminator, which would be at Tier 3. So if we make a big splash, bring him back to replace Nutmeg, that offense is looking a little bit better. And after how poorly we performed in the playoffs, I would like to make this lineup a murderer's row. There's also Boozle Doozy Shine, who is an option at third base, much like in the same vein as Liner, just weaker in the fielding and arm department. He's a really good hitter. He doesn't have any traits to boost him up, though, but he can run faster than Liner can. So Liner has gotten a lot slower in his old age, while Doozy Shine still is pretty quick and can run down the lines. Yeah, Big Daddy Hack is still available. We like him. And then moving down the list, I found Trisha Lee as a backup option at third base. Maybe a bench bat with Tough Out. That'd be pretty interesting. Elite level contact almost. Not a great fielder, but more like a pinch hitter maybe. Got a good arm there at third base. Just thought I'd start her. Plus, she's still young at 25. She has some room to develop still. Shortstop, I was looking at a bench guy, Daniel Hunterly. He could play short or third base behind Carlton Starr. Little Hack would be a Tier 3. Crafty would get up to Tier 2 if we sign him. Contact's really good. He's very well-rounded. The only thing he doesn't do is throw well. Then we got Freddie Osborne, who's a utility player. He'd be a good bench option to have with Tier 3 Big Hack. We could put him in as a pinch hitter late in games. Can play anywhere in the field except catcher. Good fielder with decent arm. 69, I mean, come on. Nice. And power is actually in a pretty good spot as well. A little bit of hole of his game, though, is that he doesn't hit for contact too well, and Big Hack will make that worse, and his speed isn't great. Gabriel Ayala, he can play the entire infield. He's basically like a defensive sub with good contact. It's basically what he would be. But we have Digafordo, so we don't really need Ayala on the roster. Moving down the list into the outfield. I wasn't looking to replace any of these starting outfielders because I like our guys so far. I think the only one in question would be Dano. Filet Jones I don't see the need to replace, so I didn't really focus on the left fielder class, which has a lot of guys we've seen already here in the series. And then center, there was a bench guy I was looking at, Giovanni Saunders. Pitch perfect. Always nice to have that on the bench, and he could get Scholarly back up to Tier 3 if we sign him. But really, the only thing he does is run well, and he would be purely pinch hitter, maybe pinch runner. Osborne, I wish, was faster. Hunterly feels expensive for meh. I like that. That's why we're here. Morgan Dickerson, I just noticed. Oh, yeah, the two negative trades. That's why I wasn't interested in him. Okay, moving down the list. Center field, the only one interesting was grappler center fielder Raul Castro. He's testing free agency. He would be a bench option. First pitch prayer is negligible. We would just take on every first pitch. But really good contact bat. He has elite level speed, elite level fielding. He just doesn't have a good arm. Then I moved down the list to right field. If I was going to replace Dano or like add a right fielder who could play while he's catching, Adelmo Riley. He's got great speed. He's a good power hitter. Off-speed hitter is good. Cannon arm would be great out in right field, but he's a liability fielding. Contact's not great either, so he does have holes. It's like if we want to make Dano like the primary catcher only, and we could have Riley like play right field every game. And then that was it for that, really. There wasn't too much that stood out to me on that side. And then we moved to pitching. Obviously, we need to sign 2 starters and a reliever, and we're looking at possibly getting rid of Nick Dieguez. So here's what we got. We have Jameson Cisneros, who is from the Heaters, I believe, Platypi, and he was on the Buzzards in his rookie year, so he'd be a good potential ace. Replace Dieguez, maybe. We got Vern Turnburner. Obviously, I was intrigued by Vern. His accuracy has come up a little bit here. It's not as low as it was. He's still got the flamethrower. He's still got decent junk as well. I can see you playing well with Riley. Yeah. Lupine Berg, he'd be an option. K Collector and Rally Stopper on a starter. Pretty good trade combination right there, and it would get Scholarly back up to Tier 3. Seemed to hit decently with a lot of low contact guys. Yeah. Axel Hunter also could be an option as well to replace maybe Tarak Smith. Tupelo Bennett, Workhorse Metalhead. That's a good combination right there as well. Moving down the list, we got Miles Connor with Workhorse and K Collector. That'd be interesting. Then we got Rog Velasquez. I like the name, and he's pretty well rounded, but 3 fastballs and a slider. He's a little lower on the list of potential signees. Obviously, we have Tarak Stard. We could always go and bring him back. We know we pitch well with him. And they also found rookie Kason Lamb with Workhorse. We saw how well that worked for Mario Klein last year. Plus, he's a lefty in the starting rotation. Whereas Klein and Bergenberg, I believe, are right-handers. Dieguez is left-handed. We could get a second lefty starter. Berg and Bergenberg. I know, yeah, you just thought about that. And then bullpen arms. I'm looking at long reliever Noodles Hightower. He's a good long reliever, basically. London Jock. He's more low. She is more of a low-level long reliever, but K Collector would bump her up a little bit there, coming out of the bullpen. And moving down the list, we got Bubba McClure, who would be a decent arm to put in replace of Munstar. Stub Pruitt with Rally Stopper and Elite Curveball. That's another option. The accuracy is a little low, though. That does scare me. I like Lamb, too. He's pretty decent as a 3-4. And then moving down the list, that was it. So there wasn't a lot in the real bullpen I liked either. So we got some options here. We just need to keep an eye out on the guys that we have started, like Hackliner. If we're going to sign him, we need to sign him earlier than everyone else because he's only $5 million away from his price point. Everyone else basically is pretty far away, so we can go ahead and start moving into the off-season part here, where we'll sim a few rounds. Get 2 or 3 out of the way real quick. No one in the first round. No one in the second round, and then the third round. No one here either. Okay. Rotation of Berg, Bergenberg, Klein, Lamb. That looks pretty solid without breaking the bank. I know, right? It's be pretty good right about there. All right, let's see what we got. Knox. Yeah, I'm ready to go on these guys. It's really Hack that I'm looking at here. Hack is at 15. Okay, so we got a little bit on the big guy. We got a little bit on him. Alright, we got a few more. We can get through round 5 here. You could always bring in Smith for Klein, too, if you trust him more. That's true. I do like Klein. I like the workhorse on him. Alright, no one in round 4 and round 5. It doesn't look like anyone got signed in that one either. So we're through 5 rounds. Nothing big happening. Hack is at 13.8. I believe his price point is 12. Where are you, Hack? $12.4, yeah, we can still go. Keep it moving. Alright, no one in round 6. Round 7. Okay, we got our first action. Sakta is the first signing of the offseason. The B-Wolves go for Sakta. Okay, they give him 21.5. That's about what he was asking for, so he is the first move. Calling Hunterly meh was unfair. He's pretty good, but in that too expensive to be a bench, not good enough to be a starter spot, that is true. But if we sign him, like say Hack gets picked before his price point, we could sign Hunterly and just stick him at third. Granted, his arm's not the greatest, but at least we would get his bat in the lineup. And then he's not technically being a bench guy. And if he does struggle, we can always cut him during the season and bring in someone else that's cheaper. All right, Hack, there you are. 13-2, we're still good. We're still good. So Hack sacked is the first move. Okay, round 8, what do we got? Nobody in round 8. Okay, all right. We're making moves. Making moves. I like it. All right, where are you, big guy? 12.9. Okay, that's close. What is he at again? It's 12.4, I think. Let's see, 12.4. All right, he's at exactly $500,000 above. I say we risk it for one more round, and if he gets picked up, he gets picked up. That's okay. Don't forget to watch Berg, too. Ooh, Berg, you're right. Okay, Berg is at 12. He's 10.7. Okay, we're good. 1.3 on him. All right, I go, let's say one more round, and let's see where Hack's at. round 9. Hurley Bender is next. He's going to the Moose. They're going to put him at the top of their rotation. Thank God he's in the other conference now. Hack is still out there. I think I saw him. Yeah, he's at 12.6. Okay, so he's slightly over his price point, but again, he's 35. Do we overpay for him slightly, or do we bring him in a little bit lower? Berg is down to 11.7, so he's 1 million above his price point. And Sloop. Ooh, where's Sloopy? Sloopy, Sloop. Where are you, buddy? Old Sloopy. Slooper. Oh, I don't see him, actually. I missed him. There he is. 13.2. So he is 1.2 above his price point. So he's good. All right, one more. Round 10. Here we go. All right, what do we got? Durr. Okay. Slip Sauter. Not too bad. Not too bad. So Slip to the Moose. Never Walker to the Grapplers. Sloop is still good. He's 0.9 above now. There's Hack. Okay, Hack is at his price point. That's good. We can sign him now. And then... Here we go. Okay, perfect. So that's it. Those are the only two. Okay, now we can make moves. Now we can make moves. I like it. All right, Knox is 0.8. Kyla is 0.7, so we're good there. Moving down the list, Loop is 0.9. Elroy's 0.5. O'Neal is 0.5. Hack is ready to go. We'll sign him. I like him more than Doozy Shine. He's still a better fielder than Doozy Shine, and really the only department he's... That Tier 3 Ace Exterminator is going to be killer, so Doozy Shine's out. We're going to pick Hack. He's going to be the pick here at third base. He'll replace Nutmeg. There we go. All right. Big Dog Hack is back. Let's go. That's going to go over well in the comments, I think. All right. Trisha Lee. I don't know if I'm going to sign her or not now to add to the lineup. If I was going to sign her, I think... Who I would bring her in for, I'm not sure. Maybe that would be Maggie's spot, because we were using Maggie as an extra outfielder when we already have 5 to begin with. So, yeah, that would probably be that one right here, and I honestly don't know if that's the play, because I already have McFarland who can play third, even though she's not a great fielder. Dig can sub in at third as well, so it's like I have coverage there. I don't necessarily need another third baseman. You have a track record with Liner. He's the easy choice indeed. And also, I think that takes off Daniel Hunterly. We don't need him anymore necessarily, so don't need to go ahead and bring him in if we don't need to. Osborne, I think, would be a great bench guy to have, honestly. Ayala, I think he's redundant. We have Dig. Dig already kind of does what Ayala does. The only advantage Ayala has is that he can hit, and Dig really can't, so... Plus, I think he's worth more than Dig. Where is Dig? Yeah, he's worth way more than Dig. So, yeah, I think Ayala's out. I don't think we need him on the roster. Let's see. Saunders, I think we're good on him. All right, 0.6, 0.8. Need to make sure to sign an outfitter who can play center. Rufo's the only one right now. Ooh, you're right. Okay. That's why I was looking at an extra outfielder. That's why I was thinking of Castro. Castro could fill in pretty well, and but he is making $8 million, so yeah, that could be a problem. Yeah, we are really thin at center field. All right, well, I'm glad we got Hack on the roster at least. That was a big move that I really wanted to make. Berg is 0.7, so we can go another round on him. .7, 8. .84 on Castro, okay. Kane can only play center. I think that's why I didn't go target Kane, is because he literally only can play center field. Hey, Silver Spring, welcome in, buddy. Nice to see you. Hope your day has been well. You need to make sure this on. Yeah, the fact that Dan only plays catcher is tough. Yeah. Any big relievers to watch for? Not really. I don't think so. I think our guys are lower on the totem pole. Riley would only play right and left. Yeah. That's a problem. Ooh. Let's see, relievers. Jock is what, 7'9". She's 0.9. Hightower's 0.8. I think Hightower is the best overall one. I think. Oh, it's McClure too. He's 0.9. Pruitt is 0.6. Okay. Yeah. I think we're good. Okay. All right, we one more round. Hey, Cabra, welcome in, buddy. Nice to see you again. Hopefully your day's been well. And yes, happy Sunday, everybody. Jameson Cisneros is the next signing. He's going to go to the Nemesis. That's fine. He wasn't really our top target. Kerry Cartman, veteran platypi, is going to the B-Wolves to replace Benny Balmer. Buttons Bunterson is no longer on the Buzzards anymore. He's going to the Heaters. Axel Torque gets picked up by the Nemesis to be the left fielder. All right, K. Frequent is now going to be the closer of the Crocodons to try and beef up the bullpen that blew the playoff games to us last season. Fungo Akiro is going to the B-Wolves to replace Tomahawking. Mick Steele is going to the B-Wolves. Chiron Throne is going to the B-Wolves. B-Wolves are busy here. They signed Dale Nail to their bench. Bellamy Upball to the rotation. Charlie Best is going in their bullpen. Okay. All right, and that's it for that's the slew of roster moves there. .5, .4. Sloop is .6. I think we can get away with one more round on him. Elroy, he's .3. Let's see what else we got here. Trisha Lee, .4. I don't think I'm going to end up signing her. Freddie Osborne's .5. .3 on Saunders. Castro's .3 as well. .5 on Riley. Turnburner .3. Bradwick .6. .6 on Hunter. .6 on Bennett. Connor Velasquez. Where's Berg? Oh, there he is. I missed him. .4. Okay. Honestly, I think we sign Lupine Berg now, and we just get rid of Dieguez now. I'm not going to take the risk of losing him, especially with two positive traits. I bet you this is the round he was going to go. So I think we're going to take Berg now. Yeah, let's get him. Let's get rid of Dieguez. It's going to be a little bit of a pay increase here, but I think it's the right move. Dieguez proved that he wasn't ready to be an ace last season, and although he did pitch well in his start in the playoffs, just too little too late. Plus, he's already 29. I think he's going to be 30 next year, so it's just time to move on from him and get a fresh arm in here at the top of the rotation. Bergerberg's already proved he's good support at number 2, so we can put him in behind the young Berg, and we can just Berg and Bergerberg. We're going to have both of them in the rotation. I like it. Berg to Bergenberg. Perfect. I like it. You could sign Action now and then get Sloop if he's still available. That way you're not risking losing both. Ooh, that's a good point. Good thing pointing that out there. So yeah, we get Lupine first. I want to make this move first, though. Bring him in. Alright, so there we go. That shores up the ace rotation. We don't need Turnburner anymore. Nor do we need Axel Hunter. Bennett, we don't need him either. Honestly, I'm liking Case and Lamb more and more, although Tarak is going to be the cheaper one to sign. I kind of want to get another workhorse on the roster, and another left-hander in the rotation would be killer. I like that. I like that move. Yeah, Velasquez I'm not as intrigued by anymore. Connor would probably be my second favorite. If we are unable to get Lamb for whatever reason, I think Connor would be another suitable signing to put at number 3. But he might be a little bit too expensive, too. I think we're looking more in this B range here. Pruitt's .3. Ooh. I'll go one more round on Pruitt. I think he's low enough on the list that no one's going to see him. And yes, we want to get Action first. Yes, that's right. We talked about that. So we bring Elroy in now. He's a little bit overpaid, but he could grow into it. And if we lose, that way, if Sloop does get signed, we'll at least have action on the roster already. That's a good. Thank you for pointing that out, Scootsy. I almost forgot that. And even if we don't want Elroy back, which I'm inclined not to get, I could just always bring in Buffler here. I would be fine sacrificing the Elroy can't field thing and his speed and stuff to get someone like Buffler in the middle of our lineup, because I can work with a Noodle Arm at second base is not as bad as, say, Noodle Arm in the outfielder behind the plate. Connor is nice, but you don't need to spend that much based on past success in your rotation. This is true. We've proven we can get away with low-level guys. So, yeah, let's sign Elroy now. Bring him in, and then we'll sim to the next round. I think we can get away with one more on all the rest of these guys. All right, so there goes Turnburner, as I figured he would go. Propansky to the Moonstars, Stanberg to the Sawteeth, Kendra Kerr to the Moonstars, beefing up that bullpen there. Buffler's backup as well, yep. Rovero to the Hawkwinners, thank God. Oh, thank God, I don't need to see him anymore. Go over there. And Woodrow to the Butts, God damn it. Why? Why can't you leave this division, Woodrow? God damn it. Yeah, I was happy when you left the Crocs. Now you're going to the Buzzards just to piss me off even more? Now they might be competitive. Alright, but no other signings were made. None at second base either, so Whoopity is still there. We still got a little bit on these guys. I think I can get away with one more round on these catchers, so we'll do that. Let's see. Whoopity... 12-3, he's 0.3 above. We could sign him now. Probably should sign him now. I think he's a better option than Elroy at second base for sure. Even though he costs a little bit more. Actually, he costs less, but yeah, I'll take it. Woodrow has regressed so much. This is true. She's not as elite as she was. Trisha Lee, I'm probably not going to sign now, so I'm going to take her off the list. Osborne, I'm keeping him on there. I like him as for his utility option. Plus, kind of want to see if I can do the little sneaky and get competitive up to tier 3 as well. So that'd be pretty good. Castro, he's almost at his price, but I think I can get away with one more round on him because of that negative trade on him. Riley, be an interesting signing as well. Pitching. Let's see, Smith 8 mil, Lamb 8-1. We can go one more round on both of them. Hightower, he's fine. Jock is alright, one more round on her. I'm going to get Pruitt now. He's right above his price point. Plus, I can't pass up on Rally Stopper and Elite Curveball. I just can't. That's great in the bullpen. Like, give me the rookie. He's unproven, but, you know, Munstar, we're just going to get a little bit of a discount, too. So we're saving some money here, so this is good. I like this. I like this move a lot. Take that. Booyah. Go. Alright, got Pruitt on the roster, and then I think we can go one more round on everyone else. Alright, there goes Cashton Cologne, that impressive rookie first baseman. He's going to be on the Platypi, so we'll get to see him this year, as long as he plays that game. Buffler to the Crocs. Alright. Oh, I forgot about Whoopity, didn't I? Yep, I sure fucking did. Sure fucking did. And he's gone. Fuck! Why am I stupid? Why am I the dumbest motherfucker that's ever lived? Why? 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 Oh, I'm so fucking dumb. I make Mike Elias look like a fucking genius. Alright. Nope, you know what? I'm going to sign Candela then. I'm going to take him over Elroy. We're going to get a bit of a discount here. I'll take that. I know we're going to go up a little bit in age, but we're going to get that up to tier 3. We'll try to get Spirited back up to tier 2, and we'll call it a day. Yep, I sold it so hard. I sold so hard, you're right. It's like I like making my job harder. Oh, shoot me now. Okay, Candela, come in here. You're going to replace Elroy. I like Elroy, but he's so one-dimensional as a player. It's like, if he doesn't get on base to, like, steal, he's not really doing you any favors. He's a horrible fielder, he's got no arm, and he can't hit for power. So it's like, what are you doing here, bro? Just Give me a Candela. Give me the veteran here. And I get some money back, too, so that's nice. Fuck. Well, that shot myself in the dick right there. Alright. Alright, Knox and Holder still here. I like both of them. They're both solid options. We'd be replacing Crosby, and we have the extra thing to do so. So we could either have the veteran Knox, 33 with Tier 3 Little Hack. He already has pretty elite level contact to begin with. He's redundant, obviously, with Rufo on the team. Yeah, exactly. Or young Kyla Holt, who can develop, who is cheaper as well, and that would open us up a little bit more in other areas to spend money. I think Kyla Holt is the option here. I know her arm's not as great as Ox, but she can always develop it. I vote Knox, better defender and very flexible. This is true. He could also plug into left field for us. Get Jones out of the game late in those games when he can't. We don't need his poor fielding holding us up. Plus, he can still run. He hasn't really regressed in that department. I think if we do sign Knox, the only thing we're going to need to keep an eye out for is regression. That's going to slap him in the face like a wet noodle. So, just keep an eye on that. But yeah, I think we'll take the veteran here. I like Knox. It's not a difference in chemistry. And we're getting a Tier 3 trait. So, I think that kind of bumps it in his favor a little bit. So he's going to replace Crosby. We're down to $13 million, though, so we got to keep an eye on that. We don't need Oak Neal, so we can take him off. Let's see. Freddie Osborne is still here. Well, let's see who else got signed last round since I sold so fucking hard. There's Freebooters. At least he's going to a good team. I'll take that. Go to the Freebooters, Sloop. You go have some fun. Huffley to the Crocs. Cologne to the Platypi. That was literally it. Just those three. Don't need to rely on him behind the plate with Dano on the team. That's true. You can always slide him out to left field. Alright, what do we got? Got 3 spots left to fill on the roster. So Freddie Osborne I do like as a bench guy, but I think he's too expensive to be a bench guy. And I still need to sign a starter, too, so let's deal with that first. We're definitely going to need to go the cheaper end, either Lamb or Smith. Obviously, I would love to bring Tarak back. Proven we can pitch well with him, plus he would have Tier 3 Elite 4-seamer. Lamb, on the other hand, would have Tier 3 Workhorse now. That would be something. Tier 3 Workhorse. Spend all your money for going all in this season, aren't planning for the future. That is true. We are not. Do I get Tier 3 4-seamer or I think Tier 3 Workhorse is going to be more valuable than Tarak's Tier 3 full fastball. I love Tarak. He played well for us for the last 2 years, but I think we need to get the option here in Lamb. It'll get us an extra lefty in the rotation. I like that, obviously, so let's bring him in. He's a little bit over his price point, but that's fine. Bring him in. So we got 2 workhorses here at the back end of the rotation. We're down to $5 million. And we still need to sign a reliever and a bench player. Makes much of a difference versus Tier 2. This is true. So we do have flexibility to move that down to Tier 2 if necessary. London Jock. I like London Jock. Tier 3 K Collector in the bullpen would be nice. But I don't have $7 million to spend now. I only have 5. And I still have 2 openings on the roster. So we've overspent on the money department already. Plus, we need to get Spirited up to Tier 2. Tier 3 K Collector would be nuts. This is true. Connor. Oof. And you would have Tier 3 Workhorse, too. Ooh. Oh, wow. Let's compare this to Lamb real quick. So I'll be gaining here. We're gaining 5 years. Extra velo, extra accuracy, not a lot of junk. So basically I think he's a better pitcher than Lamb, too, looking at this. Yeah, let's get Connor. Why not? Let's spend that extra $1 million. So we got $4 million left. I need a long reliever. Might end up sliding down here to the cheap side of things if I have to. Maybe I don't have enough money, actually, so it wouldn't matter. Damn it. to Candela. What's out there at second base? Literally just Elroy. Cheap and still viable. That's true. Marshmallow would have tier 3 K collector now. God damn it. Not him again. Hey, Bobcat. Welcome, everybody. Nice to see you again. Hope your day has been well. Oakneal wouldn't be the worst option to free up some funds. That's true. Just means second base would be a bit of a question mark, because I think we'd have to move Star over there to second base if I'm wrong. And then I need someone else at shortstop, which I don't think I have. Oh boy. K collector on McClure, but he's not cheap. Choker on Turnbull. Waller was specialist. He's 2 pitches. K collector on Zilla. It has, and that was mine. Mine was alright. Could have been better, could have been worse. Would have been nice if the Ravens knew how to play football, but it is what it is at this point. Osborne. Yeah, Oakneal's not a bad option to free up funds at second base. It's looking like Candela would probably be the guy we would need to cut anyway based on the money that we have spent already. Unless we get rid of Rays, which I don't want to get rid of. Could move Dano. Steamboat. I'm not getting rid of Steamboat. We need him in the bullpen. Oh, no. The money. The money's gone. Your Broncos beat the Eagles? What a shock. I know. That was a good game. You guys were down 14 late and managed to come back. Platoon Neal and Osborne. That's not a bad option. That might actually work, actually. We could platoon them at second base together because Osborne can play everywhere. That's actually not a bad idea. So if we free him up with Oak, that gives us, what, 6.2 million. Puts us at 10.2. Then say Osborne, which is 7.3. Gives us the platoon option there at second base. Then we're going to need a reliever who's spirited to fill out the team. That's what we're going to need. Scarley's down to tier 2, though, which isn't great. But competitive is now shot up to tier 3. So it's either we get spirited to tier 2, or we get Scarley up to tier 3. Looks like we're going to need to free up one more. Can you show the chemistry page for the team? Sure. Do we have to replace Knox? Ooh, that's a good question. If we replace Knox, there's Cuffingham. Oh, God. Holt. Johnson Swanson. Monstour. Sportsman. Crosby again. Reigns. Bronx. Hackett. Backstop, Prize, that's it. Spirited or Scarley, and maybe cheaper. Well, that would be Swanson and Crosby again. Or Billy Bronx. I like Swanson. Okay. Yeah, Johnson's not bad. Little Hack is Slowpoke. Slowpoke's negligible at tier 1. Little Hack would be a tier 2 right now. That's not too bad. And it would free up about $1.9 million, allowing us to probably sign a cheap reliever. Little Hack to fix low contact. That's true. Very, very true indeed. Tier 3 Little Hack at that. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Alright, so Johnson for Knox. I like Knox, but I guess we're going to have to make this sacrifice here. Johnson in. And Slinger's spot has to be a scholarly player now. Where is scholarly players in the bullpen? Alright, we could potentially get a long arm here. Alright, so what do we got? We have... Nope, Jock is crafty, but would have tier 3 cake collector. Get a scholarly reliever and you're set for now. We still need another center fielder on the roster because we only have the one. Knops. Alright, Lola Knops, 6'3", can't afford her. Where you only have 4.8. Jacob. Oh god, not Jacob again. That cake collector would make him really good. In the air, no thank you, I'll pass. Brick Towers, can't afford him. Rango Fan, no, not Rango Fan. Franzella is the only other option. Well, shit. I'd rather have a long reliever than a fucking closer. Okay, Jacob, looks like you're coming home. Again. God damn it. God damn it. Why do you tasks me? Alright, now we have $1 million left over. So I think we need another center fielder because no one else can play center field on the roster. Well, actually, Osborne can play center field, so we can move him out there. We don't technically need another outfielder. I like Rash. He came on late at the end of the year, so he's good. Filet, obviously, we're not getting rid of him now with tier 1 Noodle Arm and tier 3 Little Hack. That's pretty good. I like that you find it funny I'm stuck with Marshmallow. Yeah, rub it in, why don't you? Maybe Lewis Road. Nope, Scholarly. Well, King can play first, so could Osborne, so could Dig. What do we got? What do we got as our options here? So he has a bench outfield option as either, so anywhere in the outfield, center field, or first base and center field. What do we got? Let's get Pope Foster. I feel like Rash and Lewis are the options to replace. I like Rash, though. I like how well he played for us last year, so I would prefer to replace Lewis since he underperformed last year. I think he would be the one to replace. Hanzo doesn't help chemistry, so he's out, because I think... Before I do this. So Lewis is scholarly, and Rash is also scholarly, so it has to be a scholarly player in that case. So we can ignore everything else on here that's not scholarly. Lila Arbor. Okay. Can play the outfield and first base. Decent hitter. Can't field. Arm is a liability. Rhodes is scholarly, yes, both of them are scholarly. Alright, Lila could cover both the outfield and first base options, but there is a chance of regression hitting her in the face. Cracker with RBI 0 at tier 2, not ideal, but he is a better fielder than Arbor, so we can keep that in mind. He's a better fielder, okay. Cortez, no thanks. Dangerfield, Churl, can't hit. Fastball hitter at tier 2. Dive wizard at tier 2. Cracker's too slow for center field, that's true. Churl's also not fast enough to play center field. Vinder Hawkins is a no. Saunders, pinch perfect and easy target, is fast enough to play center field, and can play first base, and is cheap. Okay, so Saunders right now is the top option. Grayson Park, get off my screen. Linda Hand, Yoink Sachs, Silas Beal, Benny Balmer, Maggie Rags again. Could bring her back. Definitely fast enough to play center field. Has the fielding to boot. And the arm. Sportsman can also play the outfield. Forgot about that, but he can't run. Willie Bacon, okay. Veteran has lost a step or two, but he does. It's not scholarly. Castro's out. He doesn't have the right chemistry. Hassan Carpenter. Power bat. Speed's questionable. Wild thrower is scary. Hey, yeah, and Saunders would always be on the bench, too. Fowler Nomskull's too expensive and wrong chemistry. Gabriel Ayala can only play the infield, so he's out. Anyone plays center field as their backup position? Or is a center fielder? Windy Wheels? Nope. Victorino? Nope. Alright, Casper Stern? No. Seymour? No. Butterfinger can only play left. Damian Rush can play center. Okay, Damian. Sprinter at tier 3, magic hands. Definitely fast enough to play center field. Oh yeah, wild throws at tier 3. No, get it off the screen. My eyes. Okay, Damian, you're a little expensive to be a bench player, though. Riley can't play center, so he's out, unfortunately. I do like him, but... He would have been fast enough to play center. I don't think anyone else on here can play center field, I think. I'm just looking for other center fielders that are on the list. And there is one guy who can only play center field. That's Kane, but he doesn't have the right chemistry, so he's out. Low contact on Rush, that is true. Damian does bring good power off the bench. Plus, we know he can play center field. It is his primary position. Magic hands is nice. Sprinter is really good as well. So even if we hit a doinker, he can still run it out, and he can make diving plays in the field. All right, it's between Rush and Saunders. Who's got the vote? Saunders would have pinch perfect at tier 2, easy target at tier 3. All he can do is run. Rush might be the guy, though. Yeah, I'm thinking it's got to be Rush. Can I afford both? Let's see. 3.6 for Estrada would be cheaper. That gives me 1.8. That puts me at $2.8 million. And then if I do... Where is he? Rush is 7.5. Lewis is 5.6. It's 1.9. We technically could afford both, but we'd be going really heavy on the outfield. I technically could afford both, actually. But I do like Rash. Rash came on really good at the end of last year. Yep, I'm going to do it. You can't afford Rush for Rhodes, though. Oh, that's true. Right now, we can't. So it's either we would buy both and replace Estrada with Saunders and replace Rhodes with Rush, or we just get Saunders for Rhodes and leave it at that. So it's one or the other. It's a shame, too. I really like Estrada. You know what? I say let's do both. Let's do both. I think we do both. Let's get Saunders or Rhodes. That puts not Rhodes, Estrada, since he's cheaper. That'll put us at 2.9. Saunders is 19. He's a rookie, freshly made. do like Estrada. He might naturally lose his target. That's true. Yeah, so I say we do both. We're going to do both. All right, we'll do Saunders for Estrada, which I hate doing, but I think Rash will catch on somewhere. I have faith in him. And then we get Damian for Lewis. Booyah. We got our center fielder. Let's go. And we got an extra first baseman, too. All right, we still have $900,000. Honestly, I think we're going to go all in on this, so... Chemistry's fine. We have an extra competitive player. We could always get rid of Alberto King. Could always drop him. Can we get anyone else? So right now it's Zilla and below. Bobby Odor could get us an extra infielder. My bench did just get deeper, you're right. No, not Ramiro. Raffy slaps. Could play third and first. No, not Jacobs and Lumpkins. Decent, but not great. Let's go a few rounds. Let's see what else pops up here. Elroy's going to the Pigs. All right. Way to go, Elroy. All right. We're good. I like it. I like what we got, for the most part. Minus fucking Marshmallow. What does Parks look like? Grayson we actually had on the team at the beginning of last year. He was bench guy. I think we cut for someone else. I forget who we brought. We brought in Seymour to replace him, actually. Where is he? I know he's in center field. Where is he? I just passed him, didn't I? Where is Grayson? Or did Grayson get signed? I think he just got signed. Yeah, he just got signed. Oh well. Yep. Yes, he did. Velasquez, Bozer, McClure, Doozy Shine, AVA. AVA's back with the Platypi. Rakonda, Munstar's going to the Platypi as well. Slingers to the Sirloins. Holt's going to the Nemesis, so they got a nice rookie catcher to replace Scuffingham. Hunter, Weber, Cuffingham's going to the Hot Corners. Harry Quaker to the Hot Corners. Bradwick. Grayson going to the Hot Corners. Bennett, Bash. Okay, let's get through the halfway mark and see what's left here. There goes Hunterly to the Freebooters as well. Bernard to the Pigs. First baseman, replacing Wagner. Ricky McFarland to the Wideloads, so he's left the Crocs. Jess Fowl to the Buzzards. Omar Chamba to the Moonstars. Kansas Hale to the Moonstars. Holmes has left the Pigs. He's going to the Buzzards. Harsh Allday's going to the Pigs bullpen. Noodles Hightower got picked up by the Heaters. Jock Sports is leaving the Nemesis. He's going to the Wideloads. And Morgan Dickerson's going to the Wild Pigs to replace Goyo. Okay. At this point, I usually just sim to the end and then see if there are any other moves I can make. That's fair. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We are going to skip to the end of the offseason here, I think, and we'll just see what's left. Yeah, I think we did the best with what we could do. We still have $900,000 we could spend if we so chose, but I think we have to go all in at this point because we've made the playoffs the last 2 years, and we've just gotten thoroughly had our hearts ripped out both seasons, especially 2 years ago in the finals when we lost because of a randomly bad timed error, and then this past year we just didn't show up in the semis. So, oh dear me, oh my. All right, Dirk Sportswood got released. Okay, Tomahawking, LaJoy's gone. Benicio, Leonaire, Efrat Terrell, I believe he's a rookie catcher. Kobe Kingman. Wash Stewart. Ratherswell, Willie Bacon, going to the Grapplers. Barry Ozone cut for Def Weddums. Keisha Mouchard to the cut by the Grapplers for Sergio Slider. Stamp Jones is going to the Sirloins, the young starter who replaced Veterano. Sebi Swolson released by the Grapplers for Majiko. Rookie Nickel Turnbull's going to the Grapplers. Chevelle Carter, the rookie's going to the Grass Eaters. Nick Dieguez got picked up by the Sandcats. Rod Forth, Raul Strikes, Perron Huang, Waggy Takobi, Kasha Emmon is now playing for the Grass Eaters. Adem O'Reilly, who we were looking at, is going to the Moose. Unless you win it all and want to defend your title. Is this going to be your last season with the team regardless? I don't know. I really think we need to at least win the title, and then I may consider it. We'll just have to wait and see, honestly, how I'm feeling at that point in time. I'm inclined to defend the title, but I may just want to be done. I'm not sure. I'll have to get to that point and update you then, because right now I know for a fact we want to play until we at least win a title, unless we go into another couple of stretch of losing seasons, at which point we'll just canonically say we get fired. Fowler Namskal got signed. Big Country, he's going to the Jacks. Left the Wideloads. Dangerfield to the Jacks. Rango Fawn to the Jacks. Stacker to the Sawteeth. Garcia to the Sawteeth. James Steele to the Freebooters, rookie reliever. Butterfinger to the Crocs. Leonaire got cut by the Crocs for Jermaine Rains. Hey, Jermaine! Knops to the Freebooters. We got Maggie Rags. She's going to be on the Sawteeth now. Sebastian Morrow to the Freebooters. Jack Cracker got picked up by the Nemesis, so he's going over there now. Prize, Biff Noggins, Billy Bronx. Foster, Dervish Kane, the rookie center fielder, who can only play center field. Buzz past him. Rod Forth is cut. Beckham Crosby's going to the Sawteeth. Good for him. Ooh, Efren Terrell is an option again. Okay, I might look into him. He looks like a decent catcher. Guns Jackman left the Freebooters. He's now on the Sawteeth. One boy will now cry. Silas Beal to the Pigs. Harrison, released by the Nemesis. No. Waller, rookie reliever with specialist to the Grass Eaters. But remember, he only has 2 pitches. So that's going to be interesting. Wordburn picked up catcher as a secondary position. That is interesting. I've never seen him do that. Dugout 5s for Chili Little. It's a good upgrade there. Class the game. Rhonda Horn. Trey Clark, rookie reliever. Got the Cornice. Kira Nutmeg's playing for the Platypi. Case Lamb did get signed. He's going to the Sawteeth. Candela to the Nemesis. McWhale's got picked up. Serena Stanley's a free agent. Okay. Warren Yout's going to the Grass Eaters. Henry Hamster, cut by the Wideloads. London Jock got picked up by the Buzzards, I see. Knox got picked up by the Jacks as well. Castro re-signs with the Grapplers after testing free agency and finding out it wasn't worth it. Alright, and there we were. That's where we stopped. Okay. Ochoa. Okay. So what's left? Henry Hamster's the best player available at third base. He could be an option if Hack suddenly, extremely regresses. Spanky Wagner, he can't field a lick. No thank you. Quick Nielsen. Crafty doesn't help. There are no catchers, so it looks like Alberto King may be safe unless we decide, hey, we can go get a guy with catcher as a backup position maybe to replace him. Don't have enough to replace him with Seb. I know we can hit well with Seb. We've done it a few times in different series. Never got rid of that RBI 0 trade, unfortunately. Pitch perfect on dugout 5s. Mind Gamer on Stanley. Sky Rodriguez with first pitch Slayer and contact versus lefty. That'd be interesting. Woodburn can play first and catcher. I've never seen him get that. With Tier 3 Big Hack. With Tier 3 Big Hack. Oh no. I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel it. What would this be? Competitive for competitive? This is competitive for competitive. I'm starting to feel it. You know what? I actually want to do this. I want to get this done because Woodburn actually has a better arm than King. He has a much better arm than King. I think this could be fun. Yeah, we're doing it. Fuck it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Come on, Woodburn. You're going to be my third string catcher. He can't hit for shit, but, I mean, tier 3 big hack, who knows what'll happen. Well, so Alberto's kind of just stagnating there. He's not really getting any better. He's actually gotten worse, so why not? I got nothing to lose. Alright, looking at the rest of the team, I think the only thing I could really do is drop a competitive player here because I don't want to mess with any of the chemistries. So, Liner is a no. We're not dropping Star. I like Osborne. We're not dropping Dig, obviously. Not getting rid of the OG here. Rufo, hell no. Connor, we'll see what's available in free agency, but I mean, tier 3 K collector is kind of hard to drop. And Wissell is definitely not getting dropped, so yeah, we're kind of stuck with here. I think Connor's the only one I would consider dropping, and even then, that's a stretch. I really want to get rid of this fucker, so we'll see what's available in the bullpen, too. With Dano and Swanson, King won't ever be used. Not a bad option and saves a bit of money. True, true. You got a good point there. Let's see, what else we got out here? Do like Henry Hamster, but I don't think we need him, per se. Alright. Bumpkins, no. Volatile sucks on a starter. Slackoff's 40. Charlotte Cannon. Okay. Nah, no traits on her. Alright, how about the bullpen? Is there anybody here who's scholarly that I could consider getting rid? Not surely. Get rid of Marshmallow with. Just Franzilla. Okay. Jay, Marshmallow, you're fucking sticking. You're staying here, goddammit. Franzilla's a closer. I hate closers. The only other option for scholarly is frickin' Shirley in the air. Fuck. Alright, Marshmallow, you're staying. Okay. I'll take tier 3 K collector on a long reliever. Even if he does suck, at least it's something. So, we got it. We are stuck with what we have. So let's take a look at what the schedule upcoming is for next season. You motherfuckers really put a doubleheader for me on the beginning of the year. And you give me Woodrow first? Oh, you know what? You know what? The world... No. 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 Why? Why, God? Why? Oh, crap. Great, so we'll see Woodrow first. That's fun. Nemesis is the other doubleheader we have, and then the third one is the Crocodons. Okay, so we play the Nemesis 3 times, we play the Crocodons 3 times, we play the Buzzards 3 times, we play the Jacks twice, and we got a lot of home games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 in the second half, which means... Did we get screwed on road games again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I just can't count. Okay. So yeah, a majority of our home games are in the back half of the season. Great. Fun. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. So we literally start with a doubleheader at home, and then we go on the road for 6 games. 7 games. Wonderful. Absolutely great. Well, at least they're giving us the tough part of the schedule first. But we will see the defending champion Wideloads at the halfway mark of the season, so stay tuned for that one. They are the last game of the first half. Okay, and we only played the out-of-division teams once. Okay, great. Yeah, what a gauntlet, indeed. You're telling me. They really don't like me. Alright, well, we got 3 games to sim. We will do those next time. Let's go ahead and set what our projected lineup is going to be. What do we got here? Probably not going to be buying a whole lot of player development this year. We're not going to get anything, so we're just going to focus on with the team we have, and we're going to play it, and we're going to hope for the best. Alright, where's the lineup? Alright, so this is the DH lineup. What do we got? No DH, because we're not playing DH lineup. Okay, so this is not our suggested lineup. You're kidding me. Okay, let's set this our way. We're obviously going to have Rufo as the leadoff guy. He obviously earned that role for us. We're going to put, who are we going to put at number 2? I like Dano at number 2. He's got decent speed for a 2-hitter. I think he deserves to be up there. I think McFarland is going to be our 3-hitter. She was really good in that role last season. We're going to put Liner at 4 because he's good line of protection for McFarland. And then Jones is decent line of protection behind him. Actually, I think I'll put Star at 5. Star will have RBI hero, so he's protection for Liner. Put Jones at 6. That way he's not clogging up the base paths in front of Star. Liner will do that job good enough for him. Then we put Swanson as projected to be catcher. So they want Daniel primarily in right field. Okay, and they want O'Neal to start at second base. Woodrow's going to be on the mound in the first game, so that's a righty. I think we need to sim up to get the actual lineup they want to use. So let's do that real quick. 3 games to sim. So Sandcats shout out the Moose 3-0. Sterling's beat the Grass Eaters 5-2. And the defending champion Wideloads start the season off with a loss to the Nemesis. Alright, now let's get the actual lineup in there. Berg will be, the rookie will be making his debut as the opening day starter in the first half of the doubleheader against the Buzzards, with facing Alicia Woodrow, the veteran. And they literally want to start Filet Jones at the fucking leadoff spot. That's not where he needs to be. Alright, let's try this again. Rufo, you are going to play center field. Stop moving. They want Damian Rush in the lineup. What the hell? What the fuck? What is this lineup, guys? Jesus Christ. Okay. Because we don't have another left fielder, do we? It's either we start O'Neal, but I think they want to put him in against left-handers. Alright. Okay, yeah. I'm going to make do with what I got here. Go play center. If anything, I want Estrada to play... oh, wait, Estrada's not here anymore. Shit. Shit. Alright, if... I have to fucking... Alright, Rays, you're playing left field, I guess. Our entire outfield will play out of position except Rush. Great. Okay. So I'm thinking about this. The only other person who can play right field is Saunders and Yoshida. Alright, I'll make do with what I got here. So let me see. Swanson's better with Little Hack. Okay, cool. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, definitely Rufo lead off. You're going to be in left, though. Yoshida 2. Definitely McFarland 3. Liner 4. Star 5. Jones 6. Rush 7. And Osborne 8. Okay, I like this. Better to have Rush in left and Rufo in center. Ooh, would it? Yeah, he's a weaker fielder than Rufo. That's true. I would rather have Rufo in center field. Rush is faster, but Rufo's got the better gloves. So yeah, we want Rufo in center. Good catch there. Yep, okay. I'll take that. Alright, that's our lineup. It's Rush, Yoshida, McFarland, Liner, Star, Jones, Rush, and Osborne. Alright, I like it. And then Berg will be the first starter of the year. Cool. So, quick recap. We moved up competitive to Tier 3 along with Scholarly. Kept everything else at Tier 2 except Crafty, which stuck at Tier 1. Couldn't really do anything with it. We didn't have a lot of traits for that to begin with, so no harm, no foul there. But this is what we have now going into year number 5. Made a couple moves. We only have one actual catcher on the roster. That's Johnson Swanson. He replaces Beckham Crosby's spot. McFarland is back. Tarzan Woodburn replaces Lewis Rhodes, but he also is replacing Alberto King. He's going to be our third string catcher because why not? With Tier 3 Big Hack, why not? Let's have some fun. O'Neal, rookie second baseman, will be taking over for Elroy Action, where we sold really hard, missing out on Sloop Whoopity because I am just, out there. But we did bring in back the big dog. Hack Liner's back at third base. Carlton Starr returns at shortstop. Freddie Osborne, rookie utility player, will be brought in. He's going to be the bench option, replacing actual Lewis Rhodes' spot on the roster. Digafordo is still here as a utility infielder. Filet Jones back in left field. We have a new bench outfielder in Giovanni Saunders. He can play center field, which backs up Ray's Rufo. He can also play first base, backing up McFarland. Ray's Rufo's back in center. We have added Damian Rush, former Sirloin. He's going to be another bench outfield option. He's actually going to be our starting left fielder on opening day because we have Jones in right field. Dano Yoshida's back. He's going to be the primary catcher, but he can also play right field. Lupinberg is going to be the starter, the rookie. He's our new ace with Tier 3 K Collector, Tier 2 Rally Stopper. Bergenberg's back as the number 2. We have a new number 3 in Miles Connor. Rookie has Tier 3 K Collector and Tier 3 Workhorse. And then Mario Klein's back for his second year. He has Tier 3 Elite Four-Seamer, Tier 3 Workhorse. Unfortunately, Jacob Marshmallow's back as the long relief option, replacing Sal Slinger. Steamboat with Sal returns as the ace in the bullpen. Horace Heimlich will now take over duties from Elaine Munstar. Stub Pruitt, the new rookie with Tier 2 Rally Stopper, Tier 3 Elite Curveball, will be replacing Munstar's spot on the roster. And Elliot Roundhouse is back again for her third season as one of our mop-up people that actually has some trust with me. If I need to put her in like a mid-leverage situation, I'm okay with using her, but this is the lineup. This is now the team we have. We are extreme defensive experts with really high speed, really high starting pitching, decently good power and bullpen. Contact's the only place we're a little iffy on, so we're going all in this year. We spent all our money. We're down to only $1.5 million in the bank. This is it, year 5, make or break. We're going boom or bust here. If this works, we look like geniuses. If it fails, we absolutely suck, and we will be tearing the team down at some point during the season. But tune in next time for the opening day doubleheader against the Buzzards. That may be a little bit off because time-wise, because we do still need to do the Dive Bombers off-season, and we need to get some more games under our belts with the Headbutts. So maybe a few days before we come back to these guys, but wanted to get the off-season out for you here today, and this is what we got. We spent almost all of our $52 million budget, and here we go. We look like we're ready to contend in year number 5. Hopefully the offense is better than it was in the playoffs of year 4. If you made it this deep, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate the support as always. If you haven't already, hit the follow or subscribe buttons down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already and you're watching this over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch will be down in the description below if you guys want to come over and watch the games live before they're posted. You can also follow me over on this platform as well if you so choose. It's @PrackNasty over here on Twitch for those curious. Got a couple shout-outs here to make today. First up, we got Scootsy for the Prime sub, and then we also have him chatting with me throughout the stream. Appreciate that, buddy. Then we also have, let's see here, I've got to scroll down the list a bit. Please stop moving. There we go. Perfect. We got Silver Spring 28, Cabra. What else we got here? After Cabra, we've got Western Bobcat, obviously. And I think that's it for people who tuned in and chatted with me throughout the stream. But thank you guys so much for doing so. Appreciate the engagement as always. And everyone else, I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, this is the Nasty One, signing off. Have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys may be.